Welcome to today's discussion on escrow services for new gTLD registries. In this episode, Venky Venkatesh, new gTLD consultant, joins Stefan Pattberg, CEO of DENIC Services, to explore how to choose a data escrow service provider for domain registries in the upcoming round of new gTLD in 2026. This podcast is a must-watch for new gTLD applicants who are planning to apply for a TLD in the upcoming round in 2026. Hope you find this video informational. Thank you for watching. Let's begin.
Hello everyone, this is Venky. I'm from Dotup. We are a consulting firm for a new gTLD application for the next round coming up in April 2026. So today we have Stefan from DENIC. He is the CEO of DENIC Services, and they specialize in providing escrow services for domain registrars and registries. So today we have Stefan joining us to explain about what the new gTLD applicants should be looking at for escrow services in the upcoming round, and how it is different from any other escrow services for anything related to domain names. Hi Stefan, thank you for joining us today.
Hi Venky, thank you for taking the time that we can discuss a little bit at data escrow.
Absolutely. So, Stefan, we spoke about DENIC's escrow services, and would you like to tell our viewers about how do you offer the escrow services, and what all things a new gTLD applicant should know about the escrow services for their new gTLD application in the coming round?
Yeah, maybe let me start explaining a little bit that data escrow is part of the ecosystem of the domain name industry, and what ICANN and the community have implemented to make sure that domain holders are getting what they're expecting means that their domain is available all the time. And even if a registrar or a registry is failing for whatever reason, there is somebody having the registrant data that is needed to continue that service, to give that data to another provider, and make sure that the registrant is having a running and working domain. And that's the important mission of data escrow in that industry. And we are doing this now since 2017, so we are a quite young escrow provider in the industry, but we are the designated data escrow agent for registrars, which means that ICANN has chosen us as the one that ICANN is paying for. And we are on the registry side supporting more than 50% of all domains in the world. So I think we are a kind of a market leader, and we have achieved that in very short time because we run our services in our own data centers. DENIC is having 2 data centers to support the .de domain. 17.6 million domains are a lot, and that means we know how to do this. We know how to deliver services with 100% availability, 365 days a year, and that's what we are doing with data escrow too.
Interesting. So, as a new gTLD applicant, I know for a registrars, the ICANN pays for the escrow services, and DENIC is the one of the only authorized escrow service agent for the registrars, and more than 95% of the registrars in the world use DENIC as their dedicated escrow agent to do weekly deposits for the escrows. But in terms of registry, ICANN is not the authority who pays for the escrow services. ICANN has designated companies like DENIC for being an escrow agent, but this service is supposedly to be paid by the applicant itself and the TLD registry itself. So, what is the difference it is between a registrar and a registry escrow, and how does an applicant prepare right now, because the new gTLD round is coming up in next few months, and it's a right time when applicants should also not just focus on RSP but also look into escrow services, AnyCast DNS and other services. So how would you like to offer your services to your customer?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, on the registrar side, we have, as you have mentioned, more than 95% of all accredited registrars, which is very nice. But one reason for this is that ICANN is paying the fee for the designated data escrow agent. And I think the reason is that there are many more registrars than registries around the world, and ICANN is feeling an important responsibility for that part of the business, and that's the reason why they are saying if you are going for that data escrow agent that we have chosen, then we are taking over the payment. That is not the case for the registry operators, and there are not so many registry operators as registrars. So it is part of the registry agreement that the registry operator is closing with ICANN, that they must have a data escrow agent, that they must deliver deposits to those data escrow agents. And the very important point in that business is the registry operator, and that is the difference to the registrar. The registry operator is always having what is called a registry service provider. So they are not doing the technical stuff themselves in most of the cases. And that means there should be a strong cooperation and very good understanding between the registry service provider and the data escrow agent to make sure that the registry operator can fulfill the obligations that the operator is signing with ICANN. And that is our focus. We are working very closely together with the registry service providers, and we see them as part of our ecosystem, and we make sure that they are happy, they are happy with us. We have we have integrated almost all of the registry service providers that are active at the moment, and that gives registry operators the trust that it will work without any problems for the registry operator.
Interesting. So you brought in a very interesting topic, that RSPs, which are the registry service providers. This time ICANN has given dedicated RSPs. They have approved few set of RSPs. A few of them have already been approved. DENIC has also been an approved RSP for the DNSSEC and ENICA's DNS part of the RSP. So it's a very interesting question. What I get here is applicants are already looking into the RSP, because one of the requirement in the application is that you need to name the RSP who you're going to be using. So in that's the scenario, same almost goes with the escrow services. So when you talk about DENIC escrow services for a registry, does RSPs are already connected with the DENIC services technology wise, and if an applicant wanna approach DENIC and they want to use DENIC as their escrow services, can they simply just let know their RSP to connect with DENIC for all their deposits?
Yeah, I mean, there are two ways that registry service providers can connect to our system. The first one is the, I would say, old one that ICANN has implemented with the first round, and that is the registry service provider is preparing the deposit and is sending the deposit just to an SFTP server where we are taking it from and doing all the validation work that we have to do in data escrow. And the second one, and I think that is the better one, is we offer a data escrow REST API to registry service providers, so they can really interconnect their system with our system, and they get all the information, what's going on, what has been uploaded, what was the result of the validation, has the deposit been archived successfully, and so on. They get all of this stuff immediately and online from our systems. And that makes it much better for the registry operator, because they don't need to think about it anymore.
So I would also add a point here to the viewers that so Dotup is closely working with DENIC in offering escrow services to the applicants who we are providing consulting service with. So DENIC has been very kind enough to help with us and help our clients in taking care of the escrow obligations. So I would just top it up and ask you another question: is that what is the right time for an applicant to look into an escrow? I know there are few more service providers for escrow in the market, but what distinguishes DENIC as the best escrow services in the market?
Yeah, I mean, a registry operator is not free in choosing anybody in the world. There's a list of what is called approved data escrow agents that ICANN has published on their website. We are one of these, and I've explained that we are the market leader in terms of domains under management. And I think there are a couple of unique selling points that makes our offer, I think, the best one. The first one is we are part of this industry. We are attending all these meetings, like the one where we are sitting now, the Asian Pacific TLD meeting. We are going to all the ICANN meetings. People can meet us there. We understand the industry. We understand the registrant data and the format of these deposits. It's not just something that we receive and put it away. We are in the middle of all the discussions about the specification of data escrow, and I think that gives people more trust that we know what we are doing. The second one is, as a European company or a company in the European Union, we have built the whole application or the whole data escrow solution GDPR compliant, so people can trust that nothing is going on with their data, because one of our claims is we protect your business. And we mean this. The registrant data is the most important data for registrars and registries. And if something is going wrong with the data, it is really a mess. And we make sure that everything is protected, and we are certified according to ISO 27001.
Oh.
But I think data escrow is a kind of a business continuity solution. And you should not trust somebody to deliver a business continuity solution that is not certified according to a business continuity certificate. Yeah? And we are certified according to ISO 2230112, which means we have proven that we have all plans in place and that we are able to deliver according to our SLAs.
Right. So one last question I would like to ask is that in the recent days, the trend is that a lot of registries are choosing to become a thin registry. And in the past, it was always that just VeriSign was a thin registry and everybody else was following as a thick registry. A thin registry is where the registrar handles the whois contact information, RDAP information and everything, registrant contact details and stuff like that. But a thick registry is one of the registry handles all the contact information of the registrant and the whois and the RDAP information. So what difference does it bring when an applicant chooses to be a thin registry or a thick registry in terms of an escrow deposits they do in terms?
Well, I must say, as long as the deposit includes all the mandatory data, we don't care.
All right.
Yeah? We, as a gTLD for Germany, we are a thick registry. And the simple reason is that, and that is a difference to what is going on in the gTLD world, the registry itself is having a contract with the registrant. So we need that data to fulfill our contracts. You have mentioned VeriSign, and yes, VeriSign is a SIM registry and it works for them quite well. And as long as we get everything that we need to validate the deposits, I'm saying it's okay.
All right.
My personal opinion is, with all the upcoming cybersecurity regulation, we have NIS2 in Europe now. It's probably reasonable to be a SIG registry. If you still want to be a SIN registry, then you need other solutions to get the data if the law enforcement people are requesting that data. We help some of these SIN registries to go that way, but it is an additional workload that they are having then.
Interesting. So would you like to add some final thoughts and some advice for the applicants in terms of escrow?
Yeah, I mean, I understand that a registry operator normally is not thinking about data escrow because that is not the core business they would like to put in place. But it is an important point to make sure that this business is working and that the value of that business is staying. And they should start thinking about data escrow as soon as they start thinking about a registry service provider, because that partnership is important to get everything done.
Interesting. So thank you so much, Stefan, for joining us today.
It was a pleasure.
It was really nice talking to you, and I hope the viewers had a lot of valuable information about the escrow services. Everybody is talking a lot about the application part or the RSP, but nobody is really talking about the escrow part, which is one of the key factor in the application itself. It's one of the big requirements which any applicant has to fulfill before they get the application approved with ICANN. So it's very informative, and we are looking forward to work with you, collaborate with you in offering escrow services of DENIC to the applicants which we provide consulting service with. And also, if anybody has any question, you can always feel free to reach out to Stefan in LinkedIn or his email. I'll put it in the description, and also in the bottom of the video you can find his name and email address. And if you are looking for applying for a new gTLD, at Dotup, we are happy to help you in applying for a .brand or a generic or a gTLD, and we provide end-to-end consulting services from filling out the application form till you launch your TLD and register your first domain. Thank you for joining us. Today we are signing off from APTLD conference happening in Amman, Jordan, and looking forward to connecting with you all in another video. Thank you,
Thank you
Stefan.
very
Have a
much,
great day.
and thank you for your partnership.